Salata di gamberi e fagiolini. A wonderful bean salad and shrimp. Delicious, but it is best in the springtime when the beans are still fresh. So here I have some fresh cranberry beans right here. They're beautiful, they're shelled. And when you buy them in the market, this is how they look, fresh. And you just pop them open and they just pop right out. And fava beans, of course, the Italian legume that it's a must. And they come in pods big like this. And with fava beans, you open the pods, and they're not all that easy to open sometimes. Once you open, they're nestled in there just like that. But the fava has another skin, just like this. You see it here? So we have to blanch it so this skin kind of releases itself, and then we'll peel that again. So favas are a lot of work. And all you need is boiling water to put it in. While they're just kind of blanched a little bit, I'm gonna make a court-bouillon. A court-bouillon is flavored hot boiling water, and that's where ultimately I will cook my shrimps. To the water, I add the onions, the bay leaves, the carrots, and the celery. And this can cook about a half an hour, really flavor the liquid, and then we'll just toss the shrimps in and out, and so that they will have flavor. Now let me check on the favas. All right. Let's put them blanched like this into iced water, because the change of temperature from hot to cold makes the outer skin pull off the bean itself, and they become easier to peel. Let's take the cranberry bean and cook them because they're fresh, you remember. And while we wait the time that the beans cook, you know, I love social media. Okay, here I have the fledgling cranberry beans from my culinary producer, Amy Stevenson. I'm gonna tell Amy to bring me a little stash here. I like fresh beans. All right, here I have from Kira, and she sends me this beautiful platter of rigatoni with my fennel and sausage recipe. And she said this is the first big meal after we had our first newborn. Oh, that's beautiful, Kira. Congratulations. It's all about family and friends and food. So continue. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. Ah, that's nice. So let me see. Okay, so this is chilling off. The beans are still cooking. Let me clean up and we'll come back and we'll toss together the salad. I recall, you know, in the springtime, we would go out there and pick the string beans, and you eat the whole pod with the little beans in there. And then as the summer goes, the bean matures. My grandmother used to let the whole plant and the pod dry out, and that would be the stash for the winter. So the beans are cooked. These are the cranberry beans, nice and creamy. And these are the favas. These are in ice water, and here they are. And you see, you have the back. Just cut the tip a little bit on the front, and you just kind of press it out. It pops out. So this is easy. Kids will love this, as long as they don't start popping them at each other, and then you lose all your favas. So here we are. Let's see the court-bouillon. You can smell the aroma of the celery, the carrots, the bay leaves. We're gonna put the shrimps right in, and the shrimps cook very quickly. Give it a mix. Now, while the shrimps are cooking, let me make garlic bread, but really good garlic bread in a way that garlic is ingested, but it doesn't have that kind of live, reeking, raw garlic smell. So what you do is take the garlic and you just cut the tip. Just from here, you cut the tip, and here I have two with the tips cut. I put a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You wrap them up in foil, put them in a 375-degree oven. Half an hour, you have your garlic roasted. And when the garlic is roasted, it loses most of that pungency. And then to get them out, it's really, you just press the shell itself and you see how the cream comes right out. And it's a garlic cream. I kind of smash it a little bit. You can put a little oil if you'd like, and put on the bread. And a little bit will go a long way. You know how I like to use also roasted garlic in mashed potatoes? And kind of halfway squash it right in with the potatoes. All right, so let me throw in the fava beans right in the bowl. This is where I'm gonna toss the salad. Let's see the shrimps. Okay. Looking at it, and it didn't even boil, but the shrimps cooked, you see? So you have to pay attention. Take them right out, let's see. I could put the carrots in there, but let me go with the recipe that I started. And you could chill them in a water and ice bath, but I kind of like a warm temperature bean. Not warm, but even room temperature. And now I'm ready to dress the salad. Let's just toss and see. And here I have the leaves, sort of the top of the celery, you know? Nobody seems to know what to do with the leaves. But I put them in pasta sauces, especially in salads. Parsley, always like parsley. Some salt. And a little peperoncino just to make it zesty. And let me just kind of toss it a little bit. And then I'll dress it with the oil and vinegar. Once you put the acidity in a salad, it begins to wilt. The shrimps will get tougher. So, you know, you want to dress this salad maybe just before you want to serve it. First, I put the oil, then the vinegar. And let's present it. I think, you know, this salad is great for a buffet, a brunch. So a big bowl will decorate your table. I left the tail on the shrimp only because it looks nicer. But it's not hard to cut off the tail just like this. Or you could cook the shrimps without the tail. That's up to you. So let me taste it. The shrimps are crunchy and flavorful, a nice acidity, the celery stands out, the fava's in one direction, the mellowness of the beans in the other. Beautiful. What could be better than that?